You're welcome back. And if you're just joining us, the program is still Good Morning Abuja. And now I have an interesting guest in the studio with me. He is a first class personality, and his journey is not the same with your own. The road he went through is different from the road we went through. And I'm talking about Mr. Nweke Mfayin Emmanuel. He is a social worker, and we'll get to know him more. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, ma. It's my pleasure.
So, Mr. Ifine, or should I call you Mr. Nweke?
Ifeanyi is fine.
Okay. So, I would like to know at what point did you lose your sight?
Yeah, I wasn't actually born blind.
Okay.
So, the journey actually began when I was diagnosed glaucoma. Now, at a point, I was actually in Federal Polytechnic, Bida, Niger State.
Okay.
So, after my ND, the journey was rough. I couldn't continue, the inability to read, imprint.
Okay.
So, I was frequenting hospitals. So, I couldn't continue with the program there. I deferred, hoping to come back to complete my studies. But the journey turned the other way. So I came back devastated, came back depressed.
Yeah.
So the question then on my mind is what next to do? As a young guy then growing up, like what next to do since the day has turned into night while the sun is still bright. So nothing more. Gradually the sight went totally down. So, in Nigeria, our belief system was going to prayer houses here and there, invited for programs, and I was looking up and being expectant of the miracle. Before I eventually went to special school, special education center, Oji River, Enugu State to be precise.
Okay.
So at that point in time, I would tell you I was still confused, like I've not gotten myself together. So what to do next was the other question. But I was marveled when one of the staff, the admin secretary then in school, asked me, hope I know I will still have a future outside this place. I laughed. I was like, to do what again outside here? You see my people out there schooling, doing exploits. I see university, is it possible? He said yes. So that was how the journey actually began. I wrote my JAMB. I made it. But what to study in question wasn't forthcoming.
Definitely.
Because initially I was science inclined, so I have to leave that field to social sciences. So still on that skepticism of what next to study, then social work came to mind. I was just like, let me just do anything at all. Let me just keep the mind going. So I came to school.
So that's how you managed to acquire the education?
So that's how I actually left special education center where I was rehabilitated, then finally integrated into the broader society before. I went to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, to study social work.
Why did you choose Nsukka, of all places?
Yeah,
You started from Bida.
Yes. So prior to loss of sight, I've actually loved University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Okay.
It was my dream university.
Okay.
Yes. That is why I chose it.
So you chose that, and they have a specialization in people with disability?
No.
So you went to the same classroom with every other person?
Exactly.
Wow.
So I will give it to Joint Admission Matriculation Board.
Okay.
They have this wonderful provision for persons with disability. That's in terms of, seeing or through writing JAM, they have the basic gadgets.
Okay.
Just to write JAM. Okay. So they'll pull you through, they communicate to you at every point in time. Then they facilitate other process.
So they make sure you were comfortable writing the exam.
Writing the exam and coming to the school. Wow. So the normal classroom, normal lecturer, normal assignments, normal exam. We do practically everything every other person does.
How did you manage?
Yeah, okay. I have my digital recorder.
Okay.
I have my laptop. And I have my phone with my scanner. But I will tell you for it wasn't easy. It didn't just fall from the sky.
Yeah.
Because schooling as a visually impaired is expensive.
Okay.
So because literally a layman might just have his eyes, his pen and paper, and it's good to go.
Mm.
But in our own case, you have to get the basic gadgets to enable you work effectively and efficiently.
Okay. So you made mention of social science.
Yes.
So what's the area of specialization?
Study social work.
Social work.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you manage to surmount the challenges in order for you to make first class? Because first class, when you say first class and then you have the disability and it's like you passed every other person in that class. That's the way I see it.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. So tell me about it.
First of all, I will give all thanks to Almighty God for that grace and the wisdom to do it. It's not solely a human ability. But I have that belief that it goes beyond the sight. It's all about the vision. Because the choice and decision we'll take is actually a reflection of our belief system.
Yeah.
So now I want to change the narrative.
You've changed the narrative.
Exactly. So I actually want to do something different. Because, when I walk on the streets, people say, okay, within the university community, you're like, oh, hi, he's handsome, hey, he's intelligent. And so some people actually tend to downplay the level of one's IQ under the canopy of one being visually impaired. So they seem, nothing good comes out of these fellows. So even in class, in first year, it was challenging. If you're assigned to a group, they wouldn't want to be your group member.
They don't want you to be a buddy.
Exactly. So we need to prove them wrong. So in proving them wrong, I have to do something different. So hard work was there. That unwavering determination to get it right was there. So I was convinced, I was committed, and I was consistent with my pursuit in changing that narrative.
Wow. And how did your family come to play with that?
The family, the friends, and my entire class, all 20 sets, and the entire department, the entire university, everybody really helpful, making it a reality. Because the moral support is something that keeps one navigating through the hurdles. Because sometimes you want to step out of the class or out of the hostel for a lecture, be thinking of, okay, get to this point, you're looking, hey, are you going my way? Can you be of help? So at one's discretion, the person will aid you. So it solely will rely on people to help us. Get. So if you don't have a scanner, you don't have a laptop, you need someone to actually record. The person will be reading practically from the text book or from the notes while you record. So we actually engage people out there to be of help. So it's actually a good one from the lecturers and the students to make sure the journey was a good one.
And it was a good one with the first class. It is a very, very good one. So, this is going to be like a regular for us because we would like to see you more, get to know you more, and then talk about your journey and how you can educate everyone out there because because of the disability is not stopping you from being who you want to be.
Yes.
So we'd like you to finally tell us some of the areas of specialization that you would like to go into.
Okay. I actually want to specialize in that field of persons with disability.
Okay.
Yes. Question with the aged. Because I'm actually having that picture of if as a youth I'm passing through these challenges, what of those who are aged and challenged? That means they have to be triple.
Yeah.
So I want to actually focus on that field whereby I will make adequate policies, design programs that will alleviate, the sufferings of these persons in society, regardless of your tribe, age, or religion. Okay. So everybody will carry that along.
Okay, that's beautiful. And we hope to see you every week.
All right, that's my pleasure.
Yeah, because, we would like to discuss more on these areas you're talking about. I'm sure it's not just with the age. We have other youth it's not just people with disability. Because you're teaching everybody out there. We can do it.
We can.
You've done it, so everyone can do it.
Exactly.
And it's good to have you on the program.
It's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Wow, we've been speaking with Nweke Ifeanyi Emmanuel, and you see, you don't see him and you don't see the disability in him. He will be a regular of the show, and we'll be discussing, his area of specialization, how he wants to, bring it to everybody out there and help everybody anyone with disability. We're going to short break, and the program will continue.